Hi, everybody. This is Greg Sane from the Control Finance Group, and we're here tonight with my business partner and longtime friend and mentor, Mr. Frank Trueblood. Are you there, Frank?
I am great.
Perfect. Okay. We're going to start the webinar now, and yeah, it's about that time. We'll let a few more people come in, and we're going to try to make this as easy as possible because this is really not that difficult. However, there's some steps you have to follow, and you follow them properly, everything will work out just fine. So, first of all, let me say that I've been in controlled finance. Let me just pull up my page and see. I think I will share my screen so you'll see. Yeah, I've been with controlled finance, and I'll show you in a second as I log in. I've been in controlled finance. How many days? It tells you how many days, doesn't it?
Yeah, click on withdraw funds
Withdraw
or
funds.
the one right above it.
Uh, your deposit. Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, 23 days.
Yeah,
All right. And as you can see, my active deposit is $2,888.15. And if you go to my transactions, it shows that today I made $35.65. The earnings was 35.65, but because I have my account set to reinvest, and we'll explain all of that shortly, that money went straight into my balance. And as you can also see, yesterday I had 35.21. Well, today it went up a few pennies, and it keeps going up every day. When I first started with Control Finance, my first, I think it was like my first earnings was like $5, I think it was, and in 23 days, I'm at 35 bucks a day. Okay, so that's that's encouraging to say the least. So, and like I said, reinvestment. That's the reason why this number keeps getting bigger every day. And it also means that's the reason why my 1.25 gets bigger every day. All right. Now, like I said, Frank brought this to me because I was always trying to find what a lot of people use as the term um, what's the term they like to use?
passive income.
Passive income. Yeah. But 9 times out of 10, it's not passive at all. It might be residual, but it's never passive. Passive meaning you have to do absolutely nothing to make money. And in most businesses, MLMs, network marketing companies, affiliate marketing companies, you don't make money by doing nothing. You have to keep bringing people to the table because that's the only way you really make money. So Frank and I have been looking for this. And when Frank said, well, let me do the research, when I find some good ones, I'll bring them to you and we'll see, we'll research them some more and then we'll get started. So Frank, tell us now um, how this all came about for you.
This really came about for me, Greg, because as you know, I have a site where we do everything for our members, and it takes myself and a staff to do everything all the time for everybody,
Right.
so they don't have to do anything. Well, I'm always constantly looking for what's the easiest, simplest way to really make money without doing a lot of work. Most people don't know how to program. Most people don't know how to build websites. Most people don't know how to drive traffic to websites once they do get them built. And, all that stuff that it really takes to make money online. So, besides me doing internal stuff that then we can bring to the market, I'm always looking for external ways. How do you really make passive income? And as my history is I've written my own stock market reports. I've traded in the regular stock market, commodities, forex, all that stuff. I've done network marketing, MLMs, had my own companies, all that stuff. And lately, one of the real buzzes is about Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies. And we can get into that later, or somebody listening on the call or watching the webinar or whatever, if you want to just find out general information just go to Google and type in what is cryptocurrency, what is Bitcoin, and it'll explain it to you exactly in how much detail you want to learn what it is. But basically, it's a digital currency.
Right.
And so there's a way to invest in those currencies without doing anything.
Right.
I mean, you literally put up your money and then sit back and do nothing, as you're finding out and as you know. And so that's what really brought me to Control Finance, Greg, is that there's different companies out there. We're in a few of them because it's always great to diversify. But one of the best companies out there is Control Finance. That's why we're in it as the Control Finance Group. And basically, you can invest anywhere from like $10, clear up to 50,000. It doesn't matter. And of course, the amount of money you can make every day depends on how much you have invested.
Right.
So when I really did my research and due diligence on the company and what they're doing and all that stuff, and I invested some of my own money, and I have a friend, probably the most interesting thing is that I have a friend that literally came into the business with $11.
Right.
And today, his account, he was telling me he's all excited and everything. And he said, Frank, because he's only been in one day after I was.
Right.
He came in with $11. His account is already like $687.
Right.
So the one mistake that people make, Greg, and the one thing that I always want to express, and remind me of this before we get off the webinar, because this is the most important part that I'm going to make tonight, is you and I or anybody else can research, do all the hard work, basically the footwork, finding out what works, what's the best way to make money, what's the easiest way, all that stuff. But if a person never gets started, it doesn't do them any good.
Right.
And to get started, if you can't get started for $11, really seriously,
right,
then you shouldn't be on the internet, because I know it costs more to be hooked up to the internet.
Right.
What is it, 30, 40 a month, 50 a month?
At least, yeah.
So, really to get started for $11 or $100 or $1,000 or whatever you want to do, and just like you're showing, you know what, would you click on that again, Greg, your transactions?
Okay, sure.
I just want to show something, because you're at $2,888.15.
Yep.
Scroll down to the bottom of the page and click on your, I think it's number 4.
Okay.
Because I want people to see, there is your first transaction right there.
Yeah.
$1.53. Your next transaction is $5.66.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, now if you'll go back to your deposit. Now keep in mind, guys, he started with $1.53 and then $5.66, and that was 23 days ago, and now your account is $2,888.15.
Yep.
And that's without you doing anything, because you have the little green thing on there where it says reinvest.
Right.
So for the people that don't know, if that's on there, you can just take out your money and you don't need to reinvest it.
Right.
But the smart way to do it is reinvest, and not only are you making money on your money, but now you're compounding your interest, and you're making money on your money that's making money.
Right. Let's show an example. If I just take 2815, hit copy,
Okay.
and then I go to just the front, they have a calculator in here.
Oh, sure, okay.
Where's that calculator? What page is that on?
Click right there on account.
Account. All right.
Yep. There you go. And then scroll down.
Is it there now?
Oh, I'm sorry. Click on investments up there.
Investments. All right.
Yeah, as you guys can see, we're in here so much we don't know how to even navigate the website because that's how
Right. Oh yeah, here it is.
little work you do. Yeah.
Right. So I put that in and hit paste. That's the amount that's in my account right now. When I hit calculate, my daily earnings is 3610. And that's if I don't reinvest. So
Right,
every week I'm making this. If I don't reinvest, every month I make this. And a year I make 13 grand. Okay. But remember, I'm reinvesting. So this number doesn't stay the same. If I don't reinvest, this number stays the same. And this is the number I get every day for life. Okay. But when I take that same number and put it in the calculator that does the actual investing, the actual reinvestment, that 3610 goes into here. Right?
So now what you're showing, Greg, is that you're actually compounding what we were just talking about.
Exactly.
So, and this is a calculator that shows what compounding does.
Right. So as you can see from the beginning, 3610 is what I make daily if I don't reinvest. So I'll make that 3610 forever.
So that's the third column over.
Right here.
Yeah.
But that's the interest earned. But it's also the funds available for reinvesting. Okay? So if I set my account to reinvest by going back here, going to account, and go to my deposit, it's set on. But if I didn't want to and just wanted to make that 3610 a day for life, I would click this little pencil and hit disable investment. But I'm not going to do that. I'm going to get cancel and stay right there because this number keeps going up, which makes the daily number go up.
So basically, what you could do, Greg, is pull out $36 a day and do that for life.
Right.
But what you're doing right now is reinvesting it or compounding your interest.
Right. Yeah. And also is another method that some people do. I don't prescribe to it, but 1 second. Let me do this like this. I've got a calculator up here. Let's see. Pull my calculator up.
Let's just show them this so they don't get confused.
Okay. I'll stay here. All right. So 3610 a day. When it compounds, tomorrow, this is what the account balance will be. And then this is what I'll get because of that. And then this is what that becomes. And this is what I get.
Click on that, Greg, so it changes to the color. There you go.
It keeps getting bigger every day. This number available for investment gets bigger every day because this amount gets bigger every day, but it's always the same percentage, but it's compounding daily. At your bank, they compound yearly, and they give you about 0.5%, if that.
Okay, so I'm jumping up and down, and
right
with excitement. So let's scroll down and show them. How long have you been in 20 what?
I've been in it 23 days. Yeah, 23 days.
Okay, so go down to number 23 to show another 23 days.
Okay.
And just click on it.
All right. Now the balance is at over $3,000, almost $4,000, and I'm making $47.45 a day.
So you can basically be taking $47 a day.
Yeah, I could turn it off and make $47.45 a day.
Yeah, without doing anything.
Without doing anything. But let's fast forward 30 more days.
Yeah, let's take a look at 60 days.
60 days. Now I'm making $87.07 a day.
And now your account's clear up to $6,218.
Right, exactly.
So let's just go to another 30 days, which is just 90 days then.
Right. I'm making $132.12 a day.
And your account is $9,437.
Yep, but remember, the moment this account went past $4,500, which was way up here, That's when it went from 1.25% to 1.4%, because it immediately went over $4,500. All right. Now, let's scroll down further and let's see what day it is when it changes to 1.5. It changed to 1.5 at day 95. The moment you hit $10,000 in your account, you immediately go to 1.5%. That's just a little over 90 days, and I'm making $151.75 a day.
Yeah, look where it jumps from just your 94th to your 95th day.
Exactly, because of the extra 0.1%.
That's the important part that people really need to understand is it doesn't take very much percentage, especially when you're compounding.
Right.
Start going like you just went from 139 to 151 a day.
Right. Now let's go down to 120 days. My accounts back from the beginning was here. And in 120 days,
now all of a sudden,
I got $14,000 in my available investment, and I'm making $220.18 a day.
Which actually, I know people, Greg, that if they made 220 a week,
yeah, they're excited.
That would be substantial for them. Well, because most of the time, you know, in network marketing or MLM or, you know, all the other stuff, guys that are making, you know, 50, $100 a month is rare.
Right.
I mean, there's guys like us, yeah, that make thousands a month, but we're not the 95 percenters out there.
Exactly. Well, now the 95 percenters can make this kind of money a day.
Yeah.
Now, if you take that, multiply that by 7, because it's not 5-day work week, because money never sleeps. It works whenever. You're looking at $1,541.26 a week. A lot of people make that a month.
And you know what's really, really exciting, Greg, is to me, you know, somebody that's owned my own programs, that's always doing programs and doing it for other people and all that stuff,
right,
is for me to be able to hand them something like this and say, look, all you have to do is put your money in here and then just sit back. This is without any recruiting, referring, running ads, no advertising, no email marketing, no PPC, no SEO, you know, all that stuff. This is just pure making money on your money.
However, if you like marketing, it's perfect for a marketer. Because
Yeah.
not only are you making money residually, but it's compounding as you make it. So it's kind of the best of every possible world. Because once again, that 220.18 a day makes this much a week, 1541 a week times 4 weeks in a month. That's $6,000 a month.
Well, and plus, Greg, so let's say this, as long as we're talking about networking stuff, is that if you do want to refer some friends or family or business, or you have a small list or whatever, you do get commissions, you know, for referring somebody to the site, and they start investing. And the one key thing that really excited me when I was looking at this originally is that I had thought, like anything else that you look at, is that, well, okay, once you refer somebody, that'd be it. You know, you'd make 10 or 20 bucks, or right, you know, 5% or whatever. But this is actually, every time somebody reinvests, you get a percentage of that.
Right.
So with a few referrals, you can also be making extra income, you know, if you happen to like to refer people.
Not to mention, you can start Control Finance with no investment. Yes. And you'll make 1%, because every time you bring somebody in, you get 5% for their transactions, which puts money in your account, and then you can add that as a deposit.
Yes.
So you can start for free and get to this same number It's going to take you a little more time, but you can start for free and you can end up with this number in the same amount of days if you have a large group of people who joined with you.
So Greg, this is only 120 days. Let's just take it out 6 months. 180 days.
180 days.
Yeah, I want to see this. This is my first time seeing this. So I just want to see 180 days.
You're at $35,000. You're making $537.96 a day. You can pause the reinvestment right there. And you can pull that month, you can let it sit for a month and pull this much times 30. Soon as you pull it out, turn it back on again, and you'll start up from here, and the next day you'll make this.
So put that 537 in the calculator for 7 days.
All right, 1 second.
Because even 537 for the month, I mean, for most people, you know, those statistics even show that an extra $500 a month would help the 95% that file bankruptcy. It would actually keep them out of bankruptcy.
Right.
And we're
500, and this is not a month. This is a day.
Yeah. This
okay.
Is a day. Yeah.
Times 7. It's $3,765.72 a week.
Okay, and just for the guy that needs to make a little more money than that, take that times 4 so we can see what the monthly income would be.
$15,062.88 a month.
And that's all because you just got started.
Just got started, yeah. And then if you take that times 12.
And just let it build.
Yeah, you have $180,000 a year income doing absolutely nothing. Here's the analogy I like to use. Everybody who gets up and goes and does a job, for the most part, they get up, they shower, they do everything they got to do. And right before they walk out the door, they say to themselves, okay, got to go to work. And then they go to work and they work for however many hours, take the breaks that they're allowed. And if they get sick, they have to put in their PTO and all of that. Well, forget it, PTO, yeah. Put all that in. If you want to go on vacation, you take your time, whatever. But this is like saying, taking this, let's say $3,000 and say, okay, you stack up all those $100 bills in a row. 30 $100 bills in a row. So, okay, guys, go to work. And once you say go to work, they work 7 days a week, 24 hours a day, 365 days a year. No breaks, no coffee breaks, no lunches, no sickness, no nothing. It's consistently working and growing more and more of those little workers every day. That's how the Warren Buffetts and the Sir Richard Bransons and the Bill Gates of the world create wealth that's generational.
Yes, exactly.
They don't do it by opening a checking and savings account at Wells Fargo.
Great. You know something else? The calculator is showing 180 grand for the year.
Right.
But let's go ahead and compound it just like you were, and let's actually take a look at 365 days out.
Oh boy. Before I do this is going to be some big numbers, folks. It's the kind of numbers that make people freak out and their brain goes left. But $8,452.11 a day is mathematically a certainty.
Yes.
Numbers don't lie. Frank and I could sit here and if we wanted to, we could lie to you all night. But numbers don't lie. What's the saying they say, Frank? Liars figure, but figures don't lie?
Exactly.
This is the numbers at 1.5% compounded daily. That's what you will hit in 365 days if you start with 2888.15 on day one. However, let's put some numbers in here that some people can say I can dip my pinky toenail in and see what happens. So let's just put $100. Say start at 300 because that puts you at 1.1% interest, and that 1% is big. If you don't believe me, check your mortgage payment if you get a 3.5% interest or 3.4% interest. So Just that $100. Day one, you make $1. It keeps going up every day. So when you go to 365 days from now, that $100 just turned into $85.90 a day.
So your original investment of 100, and now you're actually making 85 a day.
Yes.
Or about 360 a week, something like that.
Yeah, from a $100 investment.
Yeah. So
now, if you really, now let me go one more step, Frank. I like to indulge myself in this one.
Yeah.
If you really don't have any, what you would call, I don't have any money, and you don't see the value of it to figure it out, tell you what you do. Pull together just some bottles and some aluminum cans and sell $11 worth.
Yes.
And put it in. In a year, you only got $400. You're making $4.67 a day. That doesn't seem like much money at all. But if you think about, you started with $11 and now you got 424. Well, let's go forward, because here's what I plan to do. I'm expecting a son on October 30th, my first child. And what I decided was, when the day he's born, I'm going to open an account, and all I'm going to put in it is $20. And we'll put it in his name. But by the time he's 3 years old, on his 3rd birthday, that's up 1,095 days, he'll be making $419,277.46 a day.
Okay, so with that figure right there, Greg, because I know over 95% of the people just dropped off.
Right.
as far as understanding,
right,
that number to them seems impossible.
Exactly.
So I wasn't going to say anything, but let me explain something to somebody, because I wasn't going to get into the psychology of this or anything else, but I have to now that you showed that number. There's something that happens, and that most people don't understand, but it actually has to do with magic. And that is that in your brain, depending on what your view of the world, you can grasp a certain amount of numbers up to a certain level, and it all makes sense and it's believable to you. And you think, oh, okay, 10,000 a month, or geez, even 20,000 a month on the high side. But all of a sudden, there's a point in your brain where it starts kicking off where it says 50,000 a month. No, that's ridiculous. That's impossible. So I just wanted people to be aware of that it's cognitive behavior in your brain.
Right.
That actually turns that off and turns that on, to where when you see a number like 400 and what was it, 17 or 19,000?
418, I think it was.
Yeah, that there's something that automatically in your brain says that's impossible. And the reason that is because if you actually look at it day by day, you can actually understand what's going on in your brain, and you start going, okay, this makes sense, this makes sense, this makes sense. And all of a sudden you'll hit a number where it's just like hitting a brick wall.
Right.
So whatever that number is for you guys, just understand that this calculator is still just doing its calculation. So for everybody that their mind just went blank and went, how much a day?
Right.
It's actually still reality.
It's still reality, whether you believe it or not.
Yes.
And like I said, with the $20, year one, that account will be at $818 and only making $9 a day. But if I started it with $200,
yeah, just even that much more.
Yeah, that's what he's at a day.
Then all of a sudden, guess what? On
200, yeah, it's $251 a day after a year.
yeah, which is still
Great money. Yeah.
251 times 7 is still over $1,500 a week.
Right.
All of a sudden, that becomes 1,500, 3 grand, what, 6 grand, 6, 7 grand a month.
But now by moving it one more decimal point and making it $1,000 to start, in that same year, you're at $5,000 a day. And all that means is every dollar or every penny that you put above your initial investment, it just moves the numbers up faster.
So Greg, let's do this. Let's show them, because like I mentioned in the very beginning, the worst thing to do is that knowing something like this exists and not taking advantage of it or get started.
Exactly.
So whether they want to get started with $11 or $20 or $100 or 1,000 or 10,000, do you have any screenshots or anything? Exactly how to get started? What's the best, easiest way to get started?
Yes, I do. Yes, I do. Let me put this over here again. And again, the first thing you want to do is get a Control Finance account. All right. You will see that over to the side. It'll pop up and show you where to go to do that. You get the account. That's easy. You just sign up and fill out the information and you're good to go.
So right? Do you have a link that you can put on here pretty soon?
Yeah, sure. Okay. No, just go to thecontrolfinancegroup.com. Thecontrolfinancegroup.com. Let me copy that.
Yeah, just show them on the screen. So it's
THE.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, 1 second. Let me open a note. 1 second.
Because I know sometimes people get confused of, well, do I put in the THE or not?
Right. 1 second. All right. Yes, here it is. I know it's a little small right now, but I can make it bigger. thecontrolfinancegroup.com. And also in this webinar, it should have popped up by now. There's a box going to pop up and send you the link. You just go there. Okay. That's the first thing you want to do. Once you open your account, all right, the partners field will be in there and you'll know who the partner is based on who brought you to this webinar. Right. If it's me, you'll see Greg Sain, Gregsain. If it's Frank Trueblood, what would yours say, Frank?
My actual link?
Yeah, not the link, but what will your usernames show for a partner when they sign up?
It'll show Frank Trueblood.
Frank Trueblood. Okay, perfect. Now, then what you want to do is you want to open up a Coinbase account. This is Coinbase. All right. That's Coinbase. There's going to be a link that should pop up and show you how to sign up with that as well. All right. Once you put a $100 transaction in Coinbase, they're going to give you $10 extra just for signing up and doing that. Okay. So Coinbase is just basically the wallet where all of your US dollars turned into Bitcoin. And all that means is from Coinbase, you can add your banking account information so you can have money transferred directly into Coinbase. All right.
So you can add your bank account or credit card, correct?
Exactly. Your bank account or credit card. Let me see if I have this in here. When I hit send. Yeah, when I hit send, I put the email account of where I'm sending that to, and it's going to be in my Bitcoin wallet, right? Or I hit buy, sell, all right? It has my banking, my bank account, or my debit card, and it's instant up to $500.
Yeah.
And it's going to take a couple of days with your bank account, but you just set it up and it shows you exactly how to do it. Okay. But you want to go ahead.
So far, they've signed up just for a free account on the controlfinancegroup.com.
Yes. Right.
Now they've joined Coinbase.
Yes.
And now they add their banking account or credit card information so they can basically fund
Coinbase
the account.
Right. And once you get some money in Coinbase, once you get some Bitcoin in Coinbase, because all of this is being done through the Bitcoin current cryptocurrency. So your US dollars go into Coinbase, and then you hit send, and you send the amount that you have available in your account into your Control Finance account. And all that takes there is you go to your account, you go up to the top, click on account, and that pops up. It's going to show 0. Then you hit make deposit, and then you enter in, you scroll down, and this tells you how much you can make, a minimum deposit of $10, a maximum of $50,000. It shows you this amount to this amount, $999 gets you 1.10. From 1,000 to 4,500 gets you 1.25%. From 4,500 to 10,000 or 9,999 gets you 1.4, and 10,000 and more gets you 1.50. We showed that.
Let's go down grade left. You're just going to do deposit.
Right. So when it says make your deposit, you put the amount you want to put in. Let's say is $300. And you'll see this, it says perfect money. You click on this and hit Bitcoin. And then you hit next. Then it's going to set a timer. Don't worry about that timer. All you do at that point is shows you that with $300, you make 1.10% daily. Reinvestment is available. All right. That debit amount will be $300, and this is the Bitcoin amount. It says, please send that amount to that address. That's simply clicking on these little number here, and that copied it. And you go to your Coinbase account and hit send. You paste that number in there. Make sure it's the same as over there, 1HQ F7P, 1HQ F7P. Perfect. Go there, and it's saying the amount. At Control Finance, all you have to do is grab this amount here, copy that, go back here. I'm sorry, that's the thing that you can because I can put it here, and it shows me how much that is in US dollars. All right, and that's based on Bitcoin's amount and what it costs right now. Then you put in Bitcoin, you put that number there, paste. All right. And what I would do is put optional message. You put in there Control Finance deposit. So that way you know what it is. All right. And then you hit send funds.
Well, once don't you have to make sure and click on the BTC wallet, right? Because someone might have it set up something.
Yeah, it's true. That's true. You want to make sure it's hit on BTC wallet. That's where it's going to be coming from. Right. And it'll show the amount that you have in there, and you can hit use max. When you hit use max, it'll send the whole 300 minus the fee into, from Coinbase, it'll hit it directly to Control Finance. And that timer is just making sure you're taking care of business instead of just sitting around. And once it's confirmed, you'll get a confirmation in your email. And then when you hit on your account, that $300 will show up right there. So then you go to your deposit, and if you want to reinvest, you click on that pencil and hit enable reinvestment and hit save. Compounded percent has been successfully changed. All right. Then you go back to your deposit, and your amount will show, and it'll show reinvestment is on. And that way you've funded your account. Then you're set to go.
And then they can start earning interest off their money
Every day.
every day.
Right.
So to just reiterate, they join the Control Finance Group.
Yep.
They join Coinbase.
Yep.
They fund their account with a banking account or credit card.
Yep.
Then they send their amount from Coinbase to Control Finance.
Yep.
So that quick, that easy, that simple.
Just that simple.
And then you can reinvest. You can refer a few people, and then off of any commissions you make, reinvest those commissions.
Yep. Because soon as you get a referral commission, or if you don't have it set to redeposit, when you go to your account, it'll show your active deposit, and it'll show any money you have pending that you can pull out or put in, or however you want to do it. It's really that simple. And in our next webinar, we're going to do one that shows you how to pull money out of Control Finance and put it into your Coinbase wallet or an external wallet that's not on the internet that you can just download to your computer or your phone.
Yeah, and just one quick statement about that, Greg, is because I've had people say, well, yeah, but Frank, have you pulled any money out or know anybody that has? And I've had a lot of people that have pulled money out, and every amount from about $2 clear up to about 4,000 something.
Yeah.
So, and it's all instant. It's just like your money going in and withdrawing your money. It's
Exactly.
Just instant.
Exactly.
It's easy. It's probably one of the best ways I've ever seen for making a passive income, because you're absolutely not doing anything except letting your money make money.
Right. So what we're going to do is we're going to, if you got anything else, Frank, because if not, we can, any questions that you may have, what you want to do is you want to go to the Facebook page, which is here, Control Finance Group. That's facebook.com/groups/Control Finance Group. Or you can just type in, hang on, let me do this. I'll show you. Give me a second. I put the link in here somewhere. Oh, yeah. Here we go. All right. Paste. This is the easy one. Just go to facebooksecretgroup.com and request to join. And it's going to ask you a couple of 2 or 3 questions. And once you answer them, you'll be added to our group, where you'll also receive inside our group the calculator, so you can see everything you're doing and how it's done. All right. And you can know to the day when you hit a certain number amount that you can start pulling money out every day, or just pull it out once a week or once a month, or however you want to do it to pay your bills. So not only is it a passive income, it's a way to actually let that money work for you. And if you want to pull out $2,000 a day, at day 481, that's the day that you can start pulling this amount out every day. It's mathematical certainty.
Well, so what I would wrap it up with, Greg, and just say is that, like I said in the beginning, the biggest mistake I see people make on the internet when they've asked me about making money, and this is just in general, whether we're talking about this or not, is that people just don't get started.
Right.
And you just got to get started, even if it's $11, $20, $100, $1,000. I mean, whatever your level is, 10,000, 50,000. I know we've had guys, myself, Greg, and you have too. I had guys that got started anywhere from $11 clear up to thousands.
Exactly.
And so my thought would be, just to make sure that people have your link for the Control Finance Group, that they have it for the Coinbase, and yeah, if they have any questions, definitely get back to you, because this is something that is just absolutely phenomenal.
Exactly. And every day you wait is percentages of dollars that you're just leaving on the table.
Yeah, to me, that's just like opening up the window and throwing out $20 every day, or 30 or 50, or whatever it is.
Exactly. Exactly. So guys, I hope we've helped. I hope we've helped everybody get figured out how to get this thing started. If you have any questions, join the group, facebooksecretgroup.com. All right. And I'll answer your questions directly, or somebody in the group will answer that question for you. And in the meantime, I want you to understand that we're here to help, because the more money you make, the happier we are, because that means it's working. And if it's working for us, it can work for you, because there's nothing special about me or Frank. We just made a decision. So we suggest you make that decision as soon as possible. Now, the next webinar, stay tuned, because we're going to show you a few additional programs that we use to help fund Control Finance that have bigger, higher yields, like Ambus or Microhash or BitLake, BitPetite, these companies. But that's in our next webinar. So stay tuned, and I'll post that on the group as we move forward. And like I said, if you have any questions, get back to the person who brought you to this, or get into the group so I can answer those questions for you. Frank, once again, thank you very much, brother, for your time. And we're on the hour now, so we can make this short.
I appreciate being on here, Greg.
Thank you very much.
Really enjoy it.
Thank you. You guys have a great evening, and we'll see you on the other side. Peace.